Good morning and welcome to your Thursday edition of the Morning Jog. My name is Matt Cohan and I am joined by two tantalizing trendsetters, Francis Ellis and Robbie Berger. Fellas, how are we?
Top of the morning. Doing okay. I can't complain. Can't speak for you, Francis, but I'm okay on my end.
Yeah, I'm solid. Real solid.
Good. I'm glad you guys are, I'm glad I'm seeing smiles on your end. I know it's tough to find silver linings in this pandemic, but one rose that may grow from the coronavirus concrete is a 4-day work week. We're heading right into our first story, fellas. Following the long Memorial Day weekend, former Democratic presidential candidate Andrew Yang tweeted his support of a 4-day work week idea, saying, quote, 3-day weekends are better than 2-day weekends. Studies show that we would be just as productive. It would create jobs at the margins and improve mental health. One UK study cited in a Washington Post story found that almost 2/3 of businesses with 4-day work weeks saw staff productivity increase, and more than 3/4 of workers associated the change with better quality of life. Organizational behavior researcher Karen Jensen told the Washington Post, quote, "It used to be flexible work arrangements were a bit stigmatized. Those negatives, I think, are going away. COVID has a leveling effect." Robbie, is this a smart solution or a crutch for the lazy here?
Look, Matty Ice, it's going to be an unpopular take that I'm going to have here. The whole point, the best part of the weekend is being able to look forward to the weekend. The entire week, it's get to the weekend. If you give that extra day and you make it a 4-day work week, it loses that weekend. Everything you were excited about the weekend, you don't appreciate it the same way. Now, I get it. I like where he's going with it. Try telling people in China that they're only going to work 4 days. It's just not going to happen. And, let's be honest, when our economy is absolute dog shit right now, it's not the best time to start thinking about a 4-day work week. More than open to the discussion once we get things back up and running here. Unpopular take, but it's how I feel.
Unpopular. Yeah. Francis?
It's amazing because we often say, like, you said it great. That is exactly what I was thinking, was that the week is structured in such a way that every day has its own identity, right? Yeah. Monday. Oh, no, it's Monday. Tuesday, in my mind, even worse than Monday, because it's still a reminder that the week is barely started, but you're not enjoying the afterglow of the weekend, whatever. Wednesday, you're picking up a little of hope, especially at the end of the day Wednesday. Maybe you schedule a date for a Wednesday. Maybe you meet with a friend for a happy hour. Thursday, all bets are off. I mean, you can stay out late on Thursday night because all you have to do is suck it up on Friday, and the weekend is right around the corner. Friday, awesome day of the week. You either have plans to go out, go to a concert, do something fun, or you stay in and you book yourself a Barry's boot camp class on Saturday morning and you feel like the king of the world. Saturday, legendary day, whatever. All of this changes if you start messing with the work week. Every day has to change its identity. All of a sudden, we don't know what Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are. I think too much of a good thing, like the weekend, can be a bad thing. Yeah. And not only that, last thing, who does Andrew Yang think he is? Who does Andrew Yang think he is? He sounds like he's running for class president of the 8th grade. We're going to have a 3-day weekend and 2 more recesses and all the lunch is going to be free. Yeah, Yang? From where? Where do you come up with this stuff, you moron? I don't know. I like the guy, but
I was actually going to defend Yang until you said that, and now I'm totally convinced otherwise. But don't you feel like, at least me personally, I feel like the most productive I've been is when I have to cut out of work at like 2:30. And I'm like, all right, I got to get all this shit. I got to condense it. I have no time to slack. And wouldn't that be like a 4-day work week? It's like, if you don't get your shit done now, you can have the optional Friday if you want to roll and you want to work. But if not, like, most of work is just dicking around anyway, right? Don't tell J Cam I said that.
Yeah.
I think so. But I also think that there's a big difference between cutting a workday a couple hours shorter and cutting an entire workday out of the week.
This could be the first time I've said this on the show, but good points all around. I really think good points all around.
Yeah, I mean, how can you argue with being underworked and overpaid? But fellas, the Oakland Athletics minor league system has the opposite problem. The A's informed their minor league players on Tuesday that they will not continue to pay them after May 31st. On March 31st, the 30 MLB teams decided to pay minor leaguers $400 per week through May 31st. Oakland will be ceasing these payments at the end of the month, adding that players do not become free agents and are not free to sign with other teams. The next paycheck they'll receive will come next April, as minor leaguers only get paid during the season. Keep in mind, minor leaguers are poorly compensated at the best of times. Minimum salary ranges from $290 per week for rookie leaguers to $500 per week players at AAA. It would cost the A's a hair over $1 million to compensate their minor leaguers through August. Owner John Fisher is worth an estimated $2 billion. Francis, the minors have to be the worst gig the country has to offer, yes or no?
Yeah, they're bad, they're rough, but everybody knows this, and everybody has known this for as long as baseball has been around. It's not as if, they're fucking working for Apple and being surprised at the terrible conditions. It's the minor league, and at each tier you work your way up, and the AA guys get more than the single A, and the AAA are one step closer to the major leagues. And all these young guys, these 20-year-olds, these 21-year-olds are playing for the prospect of hoping to get to the big leagues someday, at which point they'll sign their big contracts. So why is this a problem? Like, it's a game. They're in summer camp. They're just young people getting paid internship salaries to travel and play baseball. All their expenses are paid. They're eating at TGI Fridays, I'm sure, and bussing around the country on Greyhound buses. But they're just playing a game. And I don't know. I don't really think that this is inhumane or unjust.
You know what, Matt? You said that price of what it would be to pay these guys. What was it? $1.1 million.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what's going to happen. The Oakland Athletics are going to have their opening day. There's going to be 10 guys that are going to go down with a busted hammy. They're going to pull a hammy, whatever it may be, and they're going to have to go down to the minor leagues to bring some of these guys up, and nobody's going to be there to bring up. For the price, yes, they get paid so shitty. Absolutely. They should be receiving that shitty pay. And something like this, I hope the MLB, because now the players, they're in negotiations to take a pay cut. If anything good comes from this, I hope major leaguers who are in the majors right now look at this and realize that these guys aren't even going to get paid, and it then makes them more likely to take a pay cut. Coming at someone like Blake Snell for something like that. I hope this is actually what may do it in regards to now getting to see Major League Baseball.
That's actually a very good point, Robbie.
Matt,
and
what do you think?
I hate even including like the owner is worth $2 billion. Like, he should just give everybody his money. But like, it almost seems like it almost seems like the good press is worth just shelling out $1 million. It's like, I just don't understand how, he doesn't owe anybody anything technically, but
what's amazing to think the owner of the Oakland Athletics is worth $2 billion. Have you seen an Oakland Athletics game? There is not more than 15 people sitting in the stands. You would think that you're watching a minor league game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they started putting the signs in the stands just to make it shit like, these are closed. All right, fellas. Minor league baseball is a dumb investment in your future. But while we're on that topic, let's move on to the topic of higher education. A 13-year-old Californian named Jack Rico made national news this week by earning 4 associate's degrees in just 2 years. This guy is 13. Rico graduated from Fullerton College in California last weekend, making him the youngest student to graduate in the school's 107-year-old history. Rico earned associate degrees in history, human expression, social behavior, and social science while maintaining a 4.0 GPA. He told CNN, "I just love learning new stuff. I love knowing more about the world and all different things we could study." Rico is now heading to the University of Nevada, Las Vegas to study history on a full ride. Robbie, with all due respect, I'm going to give the opinion here to the Harvard man on the first one.
By all means, take it away, Francis. You got the floor.
Everything I'm about to say is going to sound extremely elitist. I'm aware of that.
Take cover.
Just chill the fuck out. Whenever a story like this happens every year, and it always gets covered. 12-year-old graduates from blah, 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 6 degrees, 4 ahead of his time, prodigy, all that shit. And then they never go anywhere. This kid has 4 associate's degrees. I don't even know what an associate's degree is. Okay? And now he's going to the University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
He's going to be a pit boss at a casino.
How did he not do better? I mean, if he's that smart, why isn't he going to Harvard or Princeton?
There it is.
Am I wrong? I'm wrong. And they're going to say like, well, maybe UNLV was the only place that offered him a scholarship. Come on. Yeah. No, if he is that smart, if he is worthy of all this press, then he should have been able to get better options and offers. This is a publicity bullshit. This kid just signed up for some bullshit online courses and did them because he didn't want to hang out with friends or didn't have friends to hang out with. And look, we had a kid at my high school who, when I was a senior in AP Calculus, he was like a sophomore and he was taking it with us. And that kid impressed the shit out of me, okay? That kid just learned everything quicker. And then he went to MIT, and I'm sure he's killing it now. That was cool. I liked that. I liked that story. But that kid wasn't 13 years old and being like, I got time on my hands, so I'm going to learn. What were those bullshit degrees he earned?
Well, I think one in human expression.
Human expression. Is that just sign language? That's sign language, isn't it?
He went to MIT because he got rejected from Nevada.
No. Dude, I saw that 30 for 30. Only thing I know about UNLV is that their coach was like always chewing a towel and that there was a lot of corruption in their recruiting process. I have no respect for the Fighting Knights or whatever the hell they're called. Fuck
the Running
UNLV.
Rebels, right?
The Running Rebels, baby.
Yeah, the Running Rebels. Fuck this kid. And fuck news outlets for always pouncing on these bullshit stories. It's bullshit.
So elitist, but so spot on. Robbie?
Look, as a guy who did not graduate college, I don't think there's anybody better to give their take on this. So the two difference you're getting from Francis graduating from Harvard to me not graduating is quite the spectacle. What does this kid's social life look like? I mean, as the parents, how do you allow this? You know what I mean? I mean, like, how do you – I get it, and I'm happy for him. But how do you allow it? Now, you know, with his parents, too, he's never going to make them proud. Anything he does from here on out is to be expected. Think about all those kids that he's going to go to high school with that are going to have their graduation day at high school. Everybody's, you know, all proud of him. They're not going to give a shit. Their parents, this kid's parents probably won't even go. I mean, so it's just setting the kid up. And, you know, to Francis's point, I kind of agree with the Nevada thing. If you're going to do all that, nothing against UNLV, But why don't you wait till you're 16 and then reapply to Harvard?
Right.
Take a PG year at 15 and try shoot for the stars.
I think he can afford a couple years off and then reapply to a Harvard or an MIT. If you're going to put that type of headline in the story, get into Harvard or something.
Right.
Hats off to the kid.
Let me ask you this question before we pin it. What is more jarring, seeing a kid like this in a college class or seeing a 75-year-old guy or woman in a college class?
Oh, great.
I mean,
question.
it's like, what, is your wife home washing and drying, buddy? You know, it's like.
Dude, I took an English class my senior year. It was called Australian Fiction. And there were only about like 18 kids in the class. And then we had this one dude who was auditing the class. And he showed up to every lecture. I mean, didn't miss a class. And he spoke the most of everybody in the whole class. He offered the most. And it's like, dude, why? You don't need to be here. You're not paying tuition. I don't know where they found him. Maybe he was on the highway somewhere. Maybe he was lost. And they were like, let's save him. And he tried so hard, and it made all of us look bad because we weren't raising our hands. And it always seemed
is this
really
high school
strange.
or college?
This was college, yeah.
I feel like those guys, though, it's kind of like, the people who are older that go back to college, like you kind of tip the cap, and it's more of like a good for you. If you have somebody sitting in there that's 13 years old, it's kind of like, all right, you're a prick.
Yeah. I don't like that kid. And by the way, what's the rush?
I agree.
What's the rush? Like, what are, I can understand if he just crushed all the available classes at his high school and was like, there's nothing left for me to do. I need to go into college curriculums and stuff. But I don't think at 13 that you can have mastered or exhausted all of the like AP courses. I don't know.
And the whole point of college is you're going in while it's aligned with your sexual peak.
Yeah,
it's like this guy is missing out on 75% of why anyone goes in the first.
Dude, you know what's harder? This is to Robbie's point. You know what's harder than like, being super young and having all these degrees is living a life where everybody you meet hates you. Everybody this kid meets is gonna hate him.
Yeah.
Hate him.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What is he gonna show up at a bar at 15 talking about how difficult paying his mortgage is? Like, why get your feet so far out in front of you in life?
It's what you said. What is the rush?
What's the rush?
Yeah, everybody will hate them except BuzzFeed and CNN, fellas. We have to pin it there. Thank you for your takes. This was a great edition of the Thursday Morning Jog. We will see you same time, same place tomorrow. Thank you for listening. We love you.